Good evening, spiritual formation class and Professor Walburn. I just would like to kind of share a little bit about what I learned throughout this course. It really has blessed me. I wasn't expecting to get as blessed as I did. I definitely was impacted by a number of readings from the Gaian book, as well as in the Wardle book. I was very blessed, even in reading in the Shack and seeing God's love just throughout every assignment, just constantly showing me different characters and his aspect. And one thing in particular that I really enjoyed reading about and just kind of having a remembrance or a reminder come to me was serving. In the last part of our course, we went over evangelism and social justice. And one thing for me that I've always been, I guess, big on was just loving on people rather than forcing the gospel down and trying to come in with my own agenda. I think it's very important to evangelize, but I was also always concerned with meeting their those tangible needs. They need food, clothing, the necessities before I just come in and act like they need this truth, but yet I'm not even showing that I care. And so when I was reading that, it kind of just put a little peace of mind, I guess, in my heart, knowing that yes, there is a difference between evangelism and social justice. And one, even in serving, when I went to Iraq recently, we couldn't say Jesus, we couldn't evangelize, and so the majority of what we did was social justice, was tending to their needs, and whether that might just be loving on them or teaching them English in Kurdistan, whatever the case may be. But I think that's how Jesus would act, is that he would tend to your needs. There was a healing man, he would heal them. And but all throughout this course, God really grabbed a hold of my heart. I came in the beginning. I wrote it in my paper. I came in a little hurt, a little distant from God. Had a background of a strong relationship with the Lord, and coming from a place that I have much biblical knowledge and know the doctrine well, know and how to study the Bible well, but I just I got to this place where finally I was being tested with how much I would trust God, no matter what I went through. And I kind of failed in the beginning. I got hurt and I grew distant. Instead of running to God, I kind of didn't want to go to God because I knew God would. The healing process sometimes includes some brokenness, and instead of dealing with it, I wanted to kind of just walk away, I guess. But I had to take spiritual formation class, so you have to spend time reading and having something for Gaian response. And you know what? God was so faithful that each time he really just met me. And just even in reading other posts, he really encouraged me, and it just reminded me of how much I missed him, how much I loved him, and that no hurt, no person, no discouragement, no disappointment could or should ever take away that place that I have with the Lord. And I'm very grateful for this class because God used it to provoke me once again and to remind me of the joy that you can have in serving the Lord, and the importance of staying on your knees and making time to grow in your maturity of Christ and becoming more intimate. And I at the beginning of the course, I really wasn't spending a lot of time with the Lord. I wasn't making it an effort, and I was kind of just going on about my day. But God was faithful that now at the end of the course, he did just a 360. In the course where we were learning about healing, that week God healed my heart of the hurts that were going on, and it just seemed like everything was falling into place. And I do want to share a little song that, while I'm not going to sing it, I'm just going to kind of say a few lines on serving. one thing when I was in Iraq, I wrote it years and years ago, but he reminded me that he answered prayer. Before, this is my first time out of the country, was when I went to Iraq. And years before, God put a song in my heart, and it was, I want to go to the nations. I want to be your hands and feet. I want to go to the nations. I pretty much, it kind of goes on, but it's talking about how I want to show the world about the grace that he's giving me, and how he's blessed me with his love. And he showed me that he's allowing me to do that. And he's reminding me that I need to keep that of all importance is my relationship with him, and be in that spiritual warfare, and make sure that I make time to grow in maturity in Christ. And I just want to say thank you, Professor Walburn, and the class for helping me gain my vision back. And it has been a tremendous blessing. I hope you guys are all blessed as well. Have a good night.